Okay, we had a bit of a technical issue there, but we should be all good. The stream should be live and all that other good stuff. We're going to talk about the new upcoming box that is getting added into the game, I believe on the 25th, so in a couple of days. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. If you do, please consider subscribing for more content. As you see, it's called Resonance of Contrast. And, you know, again, new box that is coming out. What's up, what's up, what's up? It'll be Wednesday. Yeah, so in a couple of days now, 2 or 3 days, inheriting the spirit of the Iron Dragon, the Black Dragon rises again. So some more Red Eye support. That's cool. We're going to go over the box and give my general consensus on it. I think that Slash Dragon is okay, but you guys know how I feel about fusions. I think that the best cards in this box are going to be Snipe Hunter and Defense Draw. I think that those two are the only real standouts here. But of course, like every other box, this box comes with some more niche cards and other tech cards that you can put into different types of decks. So we're going to go ahead and go over them. All right. Thank you for the subscription there. I heard that. Anyways, the freaking chat is wild. All right, so Red Eye Slash Dragon. Let's go ahead and go over this card first. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit because I can't really read that. When a Red Eyes monster declares an attack, you can target one warrior type monster in your graveyard equipped to this card as an equipped spell card with this effect. Equipped monster gains 200 attack. 400 attack, I don't know, 200 I think. When a card or effect is activated, that targets a card you control, quick effect, you can send one equipped card you control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon as many monsters from your graveyard as possible that were equipped with this card. So the cards get equipped to it when a Red Eyes monster declares an attack, so of course that would innately include this card as well, unless it said otherwise, which it does not. You could target one warrior monster in your graveyard, equip to this card as an equipped spell card. So that's pretty cool. Still, you guys know how I feel about fusions. I feel like a lot of times there's not enough resources in your hand in this game or on your field to be able to satiate the need for fusion monsters, but it's a really cool card. Let's go over Bougie Namit. Actually, let's go through the box in order. So the next one is Snipe Hunter. You can discard one card, then target one card on the field, roll a 6-sided die, and destroy that target unless you roll a 1 or a 6. So basically, you're going to have the probability is going to be that you're going to roll 2, 3, or 4, or 5, right? Because that just simple math, right? In most cases, you'll be able to destroy whatever you want with this card at the cost of discarding one card. Now, this, I believe, does not synergize with the Dark World cards, but there may be some cards that can trigger by discard that this will synergize with. But overall, this was a very big player in the TCG for a while, a long time ago now, when it was a newer card and things like that, simply because it affords you a lot of options, right? Target anything, destroy anything. So it's a cool card to have, definitely worth having. But just before we proceed, again, I don't think that this box is very good. Just going to put that out there. We're going to go over it anyway. I just don't think it's very good. Let's look at the comments. Box is trash, IMO, yeah. Play Duel Links for the art and nostalgia. Still think it's cool. Yeah, me too. All right. Thoughts on the tag tournament? I'll do a separate video on that. Anyways, Phalanx Pike. So this is an equipped spell card. Equipped cards are not generally pretty good. The equipped monster gains 900 attack for each card in either graveyard that has the same name as it does. Yeah, no, sorry. So it can be good. If you have a bunch of, I'm going to always try to look at it from the positive perspective. If you have a bunch of cards in the graveyard with the same name, sure, right? That could be a really good card. Otherwise, no. Cards like Wall of Disruption, Mirror Wall, very common cards will just run over you. So yeah, Super Rush Headlong, Enemy Controller, no. So yeah, not that great. Defense Draw. This is one of the cards I said would be really good. During your opponent's turn, at damage calculation, make the battle damage you take from this battle 0. And if you do, draw a card. So basically, it gives you the card advantage back by allowing you to draw a card, so you don't just, lose this card for nothing, right? You get to draw a card, and you get to avoid a battle damage. So, very good card. That's actually a really solid tech-end card. I could see that being run at like 1 or 2 copies in some decks, and it would be a very nice choice. So that's one of the cards that you would definitely want to go for if you decided to pull on this box. So far, that card and Snipe Hunter are my 2 main standouts, and maybe we'll come across a new one right here on this stream. And Red Eye Slash Dragon is a cool card to have as well. Paladin of the Cursed Dragon. Once per turn, you can target one level 4 or lower zombie monster in your opponent's graveyard that was destroyed by battle. Special summon that targets your side of the field. That's cool, I guess, in the matchup against zombies. 1900 4-star monster, sure. That's cool and all. The limitation on it that it has to be destroyed by battle you know, that really sucks because maybe they were playing Red Eyes, for example, and you steal their Red Eyes zombie. Otherwise, if it didn't have to be destroyed by battle. I forgot I can just do this. So skill successor, is next. Target one face-up monster you control. It gains 400 attack until the end of this turn. I'm not going to look at the chat very often. Forgive me. We'll come back to the chat when this is done. It gains 400 attack until the end of this turn. During your turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Then target one face-up monster you control. That target gains 800 until the end of the... Oh, that's a lot. Target one face-up monster you control. It gains 400 attack until the end of this turn. Okay, that's one effect. During this turn, during your turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one face-up monster you control. That target gains 800 attack until the end of this turn. I guess that's cool. Basically, one monster gets 400, and then during a following turn after this card was sent to the graveyard by being destroyed, or the monster was basically used on going to the graveyard or what have you, you can go ahead and trigger its secondary effect, which, you know, would be another turn later. I guess that's cool. I don't really have many opinions on it. It's not, you know, an impact card. Void Trap Hole. We need more of the better trap holes, though. When your opponent special summons a monster with 2,000 or more attack, negate the effect of one of those monsters with 2,000 or more attack, and if you do, destroy it, I guess. Very self-explanatory, not good against a lot of decks, but also very good against a lot of decks. Like I said, Red Eyes, they pop out that Red Eye zombie, it's gone. Cyber Angels, it's gone. You know, so it is what it is. All right, we're back to Bougie Namit. He's bad and bougie. Pause. Once per turn during your end phase, you can target one Bougie monster from your deck. You can add one from your deck to your hand, then send one card from your hand to the graveyard. You can only control one Bougie Namit. So, since this is a card effect, I'm pretty sure that this one, and feel free to correct me, would actually synergize with the Dark World card. So this card, I really don't have any opinions on this one yet, because he can be really good as a miller, being able to pull stuff out, and then also triggering card effects if that is how he works, by being able to discard cards. Like, this is actually a solid SR card, while also being a 4-star monster, which is great, meaning you don't have to, like, go through some loops to special summon him because he's a higher power monster or a tribute summon or what have you. And also being 1,800, which isn't the most, right? But that's good enough to survive in most cases at the beginning of the duel. Unless you're going up against somebody with, like, a, you know, Dino beatdown deck or 1,900 monsters or what have you. But overall, a solid card. Dawn Knight, so the parallel to the Dusk Knight that we got like several boxes ago. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send one light monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, that's one effect. If this card is sent from your deck to the graveyard, okay, so basically if you use this effect on another Dawn Knight in your deck, target one light monster in your graveyard, place that target on the top of your deck. You can only use one Dawn Knight effect per turn and only once that turn. Oh, I gotcha. So you can't actually send Dawn Knight by Dawn Knight's effect and expect to make it work that way because you would just get in a loop. That's a cool card. I think Dusk is probably better. It's more simple, but it is what it is. That card would be good in light decks, you know, Angels probably, but I don't think there's room for that card in Angels. It'd be good in a Blue Eyes deck. I can't really think of too many decks that run a lot of light, heavy monsters, Fairy deck, what have you. That's a Warrior monster. It probably would be better simply because it's a Warrior monster in Warrior decks. Paladin of Dark Dragon. This is actually, I believe, the Red Eyes ritual variation of this guy. You can ritual summon this card with Dark Dragon ritual as opposed to the Blue Eyes variant. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks a defense position monster, destroy that monster. You can tribute this card, special summon one Red Eyes from your hand or deck, except Red Eyes B chick. They always hate on, you know, the black chick. Pause. No, the Red Eyes black chick just never gets a chance to do anything. There's always except that guy, because he's, I mean, I don't think he's super good, but I do understand why. It's like, oh, well, if you bring him out, then you can, like, in a main phase 2, immediately play a Red Eyes, right? So I guess. But that doesn't exist in this game. So really, if you use this guy's effect, I mean, you know, I wouldn't really care about it. Although it could be done in main phase 1 too. But still, I digress. They always hate on him. But that's cool to be able to pop out of Red Eyes. But doing too much, kind of like how I feel about fusions, not necessary. Let me go ahead and take a look at the chat really quick. How smart will a tag duel AI be? I have no idea, bro. Will there be new characters in the upcoming tag duel event? Don't know yet. We'll have to see. I'm crying for happiness when they drop 5Ds. Thought the series was lit minus the motorcycles. I thought it was pretty cool too. Skill successor equals Lightsworn support. I agree. How else can I get Necro Shade other than Jaden's level up reward? You can't. That's the only way right now. No mortal can resist. Skull Servant. Phalanx Pike equals Chizo. Oh my god. We're not going to do that, man. That's a YouTube deck video. Dawn Knight, really good with BLS. Yes, he could be really good with BLS. I just don't think that the better Blackluster Soldier cards are really in the game yet. There are a lot of supports that are not in the game yet. But it would probably be like broken stuff. Royal Command, flip monster's effect, excuse me, cannot be activated. Also, their effects are negated. Okay. Straightforward. Luster Dragon, straightforward, 1900 beater, dragon type monster, so that's cool. Sacred Crane, if this card is special summon, draw one card. Sure. Vampire's Curse. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can pay 500 life points, special summon it during the standby phase of the next turn. When you do, it gains 500. Trash. Okay. Can be good. Not worth your time. Too slow. Rainbow Veil. Oh, look at Dynami's Dark Witch. Looking all pretty. If the equipped monster battles an opponent's monster while that monster is on the field, its effects is negated during the battle only. Okay. That could be good against monsters that have an effect that allow them to run over another monster or something of that nature. So that's pretty cool. Although I don't really see it being put in any decks right now because there's no cards that are super prevalent in the meta that have effects like that when you battle them. Hey, look, another Flamvel. Pawn? I don't know. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add one monster with 200 defense from your deck to your hand. I'll have to look at the list of cards. But that actually could be a really solid card or a really crap card, depending on the list of cards that have 200 defense. Let's go back to them. So yeah, Daybreaker. When this card is special summon, you can special one Daybreaker from your hand. That could actually be really solid in a lot of decks, to be honest. Decks that want to swarm the field for a heavy tribute monster, like Slifer or things like that. That could be pretty cool. Photon Lead, special summon one level 4 or lower light monster from your hand in face-up attack position. You know what? Somebody in the comments was right. They're funneling in more light support as a way to kind of trickle in ways to make the Lightsworn stuff more viable in the game. It's just that archetype is really cool, but I just can't imagine a scenario where they don't mill themselves out too quickly, right? Because you only have a 20-card deck. But special summon one level 4 or lower light monster from your hand in face-up attack position. That's actually a really cool card. It's kind of like a double summon, basically. Except it has the ability of being a quick play card, meaning you can activate that on the opponent's turn. That's actually a really solid card right there. That's probably the best card that's an R card that we've come across so far. Trial and Tribulation. You can only activate one per turn. During the end phase of the turn this card was activated, apply this effect depending on the number of monsters you tributed from the field and from your hand this turn except tokens. Why would you be doing that, though? I guess if you make a monster tribute, you do this? Like, if you play, for example, if you tributed into a god card, is that Obelisk in the background? Hello? If you tributed into a god card, you get to destroy 3 face-up cards on the field. That's actually pretty beastly, but not worth your time, not worth running. Another Bougie card, Regalia the Sword. Activate one of these effects. Target one Bougie monster in your graveyard, one bad and Bougie monster in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. Target one of the banished bad and Bougie monsters. Send that target to the graveyard. Whatever. Here's the Boar. If you control a Bougie monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target one face-up attack position monster on your opponent controls. Change it to face-up defense position, and if you do, its defense becomes 0 until the end of this turn. That's actually a pretty solid card, to be honest. That's a solid effect. Being able to force your opponent's monster into defense position while also reducing their defense is actually a really good effect. So it allows you to get over monsters that were just too powerful in attack position. It's basically kind of like similar to something like an Econ, but in a monster form. So you can play this guy, force that monster into defense mode, reduce their defense to 0. So even if they play like Wall of Disruption or Mirror Wall, unless it's enough to reduce your attack to 0 with Wall of Disruption, this guy can reliably get over whoever that is, unless they stop your attack with like an enemy controller or something. So not a bad card. The Centipede. If you control a Beast Warrior type Bougie monster, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target one spell trap card your opponent controls, destroy that target. You can only use the effect of Bougie and Centipede. This is going to be a really funny archetype, really. This is going to be an interesting archetype because they all work really well together. These cards are really interesting. That could be a sleeper good deck, to be honest. With the right build, that could be a sleeper good deck. Vampire Graves. When a level 5 or higher zombie-type monster is special summoned to your side of the field by the effect of a zombie-type monster while this card is in your graveyard, you could pay 2,000 life points, special summon this card from your graveyard. You can only use this effect of Vampire Graves once per turn. Once per turn, you could declare one type. Your opponent sends that card type from the deck to the graveyard. Don't care. Bougie Arasuda. This guy looks like he's a nifty guy, you know, from a different planet. If a Bougie monster is just in your graveyard or face up on your side of the field is banished, except during a damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in face-up defense position. If it was attack position, that'd be insane. Once per turn, during the end phase, if a Bougie card was added from your deck to your hand this turn, except by drawing it, while you control this face-up card, you can draw one card, then discard one card. He's okay. Oh, hey, I remember this guy from starter deck Kaiba. Destruction Punch. I'm not going to go over the crappy card. Like, this guy's crap. If the attack of an attacking monster your opponent controls is lower than the defense of the... Okay. That's basically Fair Meteor Crush, if I recall. So, don't really care about that. A-Claw Scorpion. Once per turn, you can flip this card into face-down defense position. When this card attacks an opponent's face-down defense position monster, this card's attack becomes 2,400 during damage calculation. Sure. Sand Gambler. I remember this card. Toss a coin 3 times. Nope, don't care. Oh, this is going to be a card with the Joey Luck skill, right? With Joey's Luck skill, this guy will be insane. Majestic Mech Senku. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, you get to draw one card. During the end phase of the turn this card was summoned, send it to the graveyard. Nope. Foolish Revival. Can we get Burial, please? Foolish Burial. Can we get that? Or Premature Burial? Select one monster from your opponent's graveyard and special summon it in face-up defense position on your opponent's side of the field. I'll be in the chat in just a minute, guys. Fine. Discard 2 cards. Okay, cool. Healing Wave Generator. Once per turn, you can select another face-up monster you control to gain life points equal to that monster's level times 100. Okay, not a bad effect. Cards of Sacrifice. Draw 2 cards with the combined attack of all of your face-up attack position monsters, minimum of 2, is less than the attack of your opponent's face-up monsters with the lowest attack. You cannot summon or change battle positions the turn you activate this card. Draw 2 cards. If the combined attack of all your face-up attack position monsters of a minimum of 2 is less than the attack of your opponent's face-up monsters with the lowest attack. Nope. Sucks. I guess it could be good in a deck where you have a bunch of low-level monsters. Crashbug Road. Each player can special summon one monster from their hand with the same level as one face-up level 4 or lower monster they control. Okay. Oh, look, another Bougie monster. During your main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one Bougie monster you control. It can attack your opponent directly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because there's more Bougie monsters. Well, there's only a few cards left. I went through the whole box. Might as well finish. During your main phase 1, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one Bougie monster you control. This turn, if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. I don't think that card would be in the Bougie deck. Rogalla, the Mirror. At the start of the main phase 1, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do and you control a Beast Warrior type Bougie, until the end of your opponent's next turn, spell trap cards and their effects cannot be activated. Nope, I'd rather just run anti-magic arrows. How about that? Although this is a little better, I guess, in the effect-wise, until the end of the opponent's next turn is really good, but still not worth it. Also, the thing I'm noticing is that they're all basically beasts. I imagine that the Beast Warrior card is the SR card. When this card is in face-up defense position, other Bougie monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. That's decent, I guess. This one's a Winged Beast. Send to the graveyard. When a Beast Warrior type is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Bougie monster from your deck. You can only use the effect once per turn. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard and then special summon. That's really good. So they need to put more Winged Beast, or no, more Beast Warrior Bougie monsters, basically, is what they're saying. Because the only one I think is this SR right here. Yeah, this is the only one. I don't think there's any other Bougie monster that is a Beast Warrior. They're all Beast. So when they put more, right? Oh, this guy too. So there's 2 of them. So when they put more, everything else will be okay. But that could be a sneaky good archetype. That could be a really sneaky good archetype. I'm sure there's better cards that they haven't put in here too for that archetype in the actual TCG. Overall, like I said, oh, there's a Lightsworn combo. Like I said, this box through and through is not very impressive. Like I said, just like every other box, it does incorporate some new fun little funsies archetypes you can play with and probably build a semi-competitive or competitive deck out of. Main staple cards from this box would have been Defense Draw and Snipe Hunter. There are a couple of other reliable cards that you would want to consider as well for different decks, like a Photon Lead or things like that. So if you ask me if this is a box that you should consider pulling on or spending gems on or money on or anything like that, honestly, unless you want Slash Dragon and the other 2 cards I mentioned, I would just kind of wait and see how this box shakes out, how it ages a little bit, and see, you know, things like that, if it gets better. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the chat, finally. I think the Red Eye support is okay. There's only like 1 Red Eyes card, or 2 Red Eyes cards, right? This one, the Slash Dragon, and then the Ritual Monster, which you don't really want to run the Ritual anyway. It's too slow. 6 Samurai are undefeated, are they? Can search Petite Moth and, you know, Sphere Karibo. I was thinking about Sphere Karibo. If it can search Sphere Karibo, that's why I was saying, like, it could be really good. Which I don't know if Sphere Karibo has 200 defense or less. Red Eyes Bee Chick was renamed to Black Dragon Chick. Yes, it was. Correct. The Void card stops Red Eye Zombies. Stops Red Eye Zombie Dragon. I don't know, man. It says Send don't work with Dark World. Gotcha. Can you do a video on how global free-to-play players get the shaft with the Android campaign compared to... I don't really see the shaft. I'm sorry. Thought it was basically the same campaign. Do you think this set will do anything to the meta? No. Right now, I don't think so. I think that there are a few cards like Defense Draw that could be really annoying to play against because you're able to stop damage, and then you draw a card, and then your turn resounds, and you draw another card, right? So I think there are cards like that that'll be kind of annoying, but I don't think it's going to be like a meta-changing box. We haven't had a meta-changing box in a really long time, to be honest. If it's, you know, up to me, I think that they've slowly put in cards that have been pretty good, but I don't think anything's been super meta-defining recently. It won't rebel. Oh, are you doing dual room battles? Not today. Red Eye support, any good? It's okay. Don't need it. It's a really good playmaker for the deck. Yeah, he is. Bougie Namit is actually really good. No more bamboo. Yes, I saw that they got limited. I think the Red Eye support is okay. Hello, what's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you guys did have fun. So just a quick stream. I want to keep it at a good pace because, you know, YouTube will get the video later and stuff like that, and I don't want it to be too crazy long. So I'm going to get up out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, all that other good stuff. You think this new fusion might be good for a farming deck? Sure. Yeah, farm decks are a little different. 1 stone, come on, at least 5 so I can... Oh, I guess. JP got half act and 3 times, and it was easy to not spend stones to refill. Global gets the half act, but not the 3 times. Oh, I see. I guess I don't really know if that's warranting a video, but yeah, that does suck. The Paladin card combos well with Zombie World. Yeah, if you're playing against zombies, which you don't really do. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video / stream. Take it easy, guys.